If a man says, "Film this," put the phone away and get him down first. Because his next sentence is usually, "I can definitely make that," and the sentence after that often comes with sirens in the background. Men tend to die younger than women across much of the world. The real reasons include biology, health, work, behavior, and medical care. But today we are opening the file labeled, "Why would you even do that?" Because to some men, every object has two possible functions. The first is whatever its manufacturer intended. The second is whatever your friend means when he says, "You won't." So a sign reading, "Do not climb," is not always processed as a warning. It becomes a side quest with an achievement called one working shoulder, and every side quest needs a committee of at least 3 people. The first says, "That'll work." The second says, "I'll record it." The third is the smartest because he is already standing somewhere safe. 1 man plus 2 spectators equals a bad idea with full production funding. By himself, he might think, "Actually, no." With an audience, his brain switches to wildlife documentary mode. The male displays courage to attract the sacred sound of his friends yelling. Unfortunately, no member of the group has learned first aid. A shopping cart was designed to carry groceries. Someone will still look at it and imagine a steering wheel. A roof was designed to keep rain out. Someone else sees a launch pad and a pool that is disturbingly small. A barrel was designed to store things. Add wheels, and it becomes a question your insurance company will not answer. And if you think the internet invented this behavior, visit 1982. Larry Walters had a lawn chair, some balloons, and a dream of flying. Most people would buy a plane ticket. Larry used 42 weather balloons. The idea was to rise a little, enjoy the view, then return with dignity. Instead, he rose to roughly 16,000 feet. That is nearly 4.9 kilometers above the ground, in outdoor furniture. High enough for nearby pilots to report a man floating in a chair. A sentence no air traffic control manual had prepared them to hear. The chair now had altitude, but no cabin, instruments, or respectable backup plan. He survived, but this story is evidence, not an instruction manual. Today, the chair is preserved by the Smithsonian. Proof that patio furniture can enter aviation history if nobody agrees to relax. This reveals a special method of risk assessment. The first question is not, "Is this safe?" It is, "Assuming I survive, how cool will it look?" The brain plays a beautiful movie of the successful ending, then deletes all other outcomes like a trailer hiding the terrible reviews. That is when a friend says the most dangerous word in the language. Chicken, 1 word, and 12 years of basic judgment quietly exits the building. Protective equipment suffers from the same problem. A helmet improves safety but apparently ruins the cinematic silhouette. The proper ladder is far away, so he uses a chair because it'll be quick. The correct tool is in the garage. The wrong tape is right here. In the dictionary of bad ideas, quick means no time to reconsider, and if an object is too heavy for 2 people, some groups do not find equipment or someone who very knows what they are doing. They add 1 more person who has never done this before. You might think evolution would have removed this behavior by now. Evolution did not anticipate smartphones. Once the red light appears, an ordinary risk receives a media budget. Some people do not merely want danger. They want coverage from 3 angles. In 2021, Trevor Jacob flew over California. He mounted several cameras and recorded what appeared to be an emergency. He left the plane, allowed it to crash, then uploaded a video about it. Authorities later said the event was planned for a video and a product promotion. The story did not end with views. He later admitted to a related federal crime, so the cost of the plan was not limited to 1 aircraft. It cost time, money, freedom, and a permanent place in cautionary. Unfortunately, views cannot be exchanged for consequences. Obviously, this does not mean every man wakes up eager to fight physics. Plenty of men read instructions, wear safety gear, and jump from absolutely nothing. Women also take risks, perform dangerous sports, and make terrible decisions. The longevity gap has no single cause. We are magnifying one funny corner of it, but the broader injury difference is not invented for the joke. US data from 2010 found many injury counts and rates were higher among men. For fatal injuries alone, the count was 169,628 men versus 76,413 women. That does not prove men are biologically programmed to jump from roofs. It shows that risk, work, health, and getting help all have real consequences. The problem is that some men use "I'm fine" as diagnosis and treatment. Something hurts? Give it another day. The machine sounds wrong? Turn it up until the old noise disappears. Something is broken? Use tape that was never designed for the more human body. Confidence is useful, but it should not replace brakes, helmets, or doctors. So, the preventable disaster cycle starts with something simple. 1. Notice an object. 2. Imagine a usage manufacturer has never approved. 3. Add friends who are emotionally invested in the sonoi footage. 4. Activate the camera before activating judgment. 5. Explain that it worked during practice. Stopping the cycle is not complicated. If someone says, "Film this," do not raise the phone. Bring him back down and ask whether he has eaten anything today. Many historic bad ideas can be defeated by a sandwich. And if you are in the group, become the person who says, "No." It will not look heroic, but it may be the most heroic act in Foreman. The room. So why do men tend to die earlier than women? The answer is more complicated than one hormone or one ridiculous video. But if the question is why some injuries were completely avoidable, sometimes the answer is standing by a cart asking, "Is this hill steep?" And instead of treating deep as useful information, he treats it like a 5-star review. Remember, courage means knowing when a risk is worth taking. It does not mean treating every warning sign like a personal challenge. The world already has enough evidence of overconfidence. We do not need to submit another exhibit. And the next time somebody begins saying, "Film this," put the phone away first. Then save the story from happening. Nilo needs material. He does not need casualties.